Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
I'm
Wel-
your host, Nimes.
And I'm Mert. Welcome back to Ramadan for You TV.
It's great to see you guys. I am feeling great. How are you guys feeling, Mert? I'm filled with excitement today. Can you guess why?
Is it because we have a bananas program today?
That too, but we also are entering the last 10 days of Ramadan tonight. Isn't that so exciting?
Yes, mashallah. I'm so glad that we made it this far so far.
Yes. But speaking of our program is bananas, let's actually see our first great segment, which is zikr of the day.
Hey guys, welcome back! Welcome back to another day of Dhikr of the Day. Today, we're going to be talking about a particular dhikr that has a lot of good virtues. The Prophet, peace be upon him, used to supplicate, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wa-taqa wal-afafa wal-ghina, which means, O Allah, I beseech you for guidance, piety, chastity, and contentment. We always have to ask Allah for guidance in our lives. This zikr makes it easier for us.
Ya Cemil ya Allah, ya Karib ya Allah, ya Mucib ya Allah, ya Habib ya Allah, ya Rauf ya Allah, ya Atuf ya Allah, ya Maruf ya Allah, ya Latif ya Allah, ya Azim ya Allah, ya Hannan ya Allah, ya Mennan ya Allah, ya Deyyan ya Allah, ya Subhan ya Allah, ya Eman ya Allah, ya Burhan ya Allah.
Thank you so much, Tommy. And if you guys ever ask, how do I ask guidance from Allah? Then your answer is, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wa-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Now, our today's goal will be 1,500. I helped you guys out with that one, but you guys are definitely able to do 100 at least. I need to see plus hundreds from everybody in the chat. Now, as you guys are doing that, let's see how our Ramadan corners were decorated today by Aygül and Nate.
Welcome to our Ramadan corner. I am Aigul.
I'm Mary.
So first we have a sign that says Happy Ramadan.
This is our calendar.
And at the top here is another sign that says Ramadan Kareem. We have these little paper balls.
Yeah, and these sparkles.
And then we have a book.
Oh yeah.
And here's a countdown to Eid. Every day you can take a block out and change it around.
That's fun.
And then there's stories from the Quran. And then there's a Blasia journal. We record the things like we fasted for this many hours. What are we grateful for today? I have the white one. It's there.
Hey, why's white here?
Let's see.
I got this.
I also got something like that. We got sticky pads.
Sticky pads. Oh, sticky pads.
And we also got bracelets.
I have a bracelet. It's super small.
come on later.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
I got a pencil.
Me too.
You have. You can get.
Thank you for looking at our Ramadan corner. Bye.
Bye. Woo!
Thank you so much, Aygul and Naila, for showing us your beautiful Ramadan corners. What a wonderful home to celebrate Ramadan with your friends, family, and everyone else. And I had wonderful gifts, you know. Ramadan's about sharing and giving gifts to each other. And yeah, thank you so much. Next up, we have Surah Al-Muzammil recited to us by Bishr.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أرسلنا إليكم رسولا شاهدا عليكم كما أرسلنا إلى فرعون الرسولا فعصى فرعون الرسول فأخذناه أخذا وبيلا فكيف تتقون إن كفرتم يوما يجعل الولدان شيبا السماء منفطر به كان وعده مفعولا إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا صدق الله العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Surely we have sent to you, O people, a messenger, a witness against you, one who will testify in the hereafter as to your deeds in response to God's message, just as we sent a messenger to the Pharaoh. But the Pharaoh rebelled against the messenger, and so we seized them with calamitous grasp. Then how will you, if you persist in unbelief, guard yourselves against a day in which will turn the children gray-headed? The sky will cleft open thereby. His promise of resurrection and judgment is certainly to be fulfilled. This is a reminder and admonition, and so let him who wills take a path to his Lord.
Sadaqallahul Azim. Thank you so much, Bishop, for that inspiring recitation. That was beautiful. And a beneficial fact for you guys, especially during the last 10 days of Ramadan, is that reciting the surah will give you a pure heart and soul. That's really important. So give the surah a read if you want a pure heart and soul. But if you want to polish your hearts and souls further, let's join iPhone's dua with the daily dua. Hands up.
O Allah, forgive me, have mercy on me, guide me, guard me against harm, and provide me with substance and salvation. O Allah, you are the merciful, you are the one who forgives and gives, and you are the one and only guide. I ask you for knowledge that is benefit, a good provision, and deeds that will be accepted. O Allah, I take refuge in you from anxiety and sorrow, weakness and laziness, miserliness and cowardice, the burden of debts, and from being overpowered by man. O Allah, bless me. O Allah, please accept our prayers, and please give us sincerity in all of our prayers. We are young, we are poor, we need you all the time in our lives. You provided for us and saved us from the punishment of the hellfire. In the name of Allah. Amen.
Ya Burhan ya Allah, ya Sultan ya Allah, ya Müstan ya Allah, ya Muhsin ya Allah, ya Mutal ya Allah, ya Rahman ya Allah, ya Rahim ya Allah, ya Kerim ya Allah, ya Mecid ya Allah, ya Ferd ya Allah, ya Bitr ya Allah, ya Ehad ya Allah, ya Samed ya Allah, ya Mahmud ya Allah, Salkul Vadi ya Allah, ya Ali.
Ameen. Thank you so much, Ifunur, for that wonderful dua. Now that we entered the last 10 days of Ramadan, it's very important that we do even more dua because we're getting closer to the Laylatul Qadr, which is very, very important for duas. So, yeah, let's continue with our duas. Next up, we have Ramadan Talks with Reverend John Roger.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ramadan Talks. I'm Marve, and today we have Reverend John Rogers with us again. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So happy to be here.
We're so glad for you to join us. So if you're ready, let's move on to the questions. Do you think there are any commonalities between Christian and Islamic prayers? If so, what are they? And how do they reflect our shared humanities and desire for our spiritual connections?
That's a great question. That was actually the topic of conversation that I had at a Thanksgiving dinner that my congregation, First Congregational Church, shared with the Peace Islands Institute. And what we were talking about is how in both traditions, prayer is a means of cultivating greater reverence before God. And as we pray, we deepen our trust and our relationship with God. And soon we can begin to surrender to God more and more, which is really very freeing. Jesus shared with us a very simple prayer, which is just, "Thy will be done." And my understanding is that surrender to God is a central pillar of Islam as well. And I think that when we recognize these shared goals within our religious traditions, our bonds can grow stronger.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So, Islam emphasizes the importance of communal prayer, with Jummah prayers being an example. How does Christian prayer differ from its approach to communal worship? And what value do you see in gathering with other believers to pray?
It's always so valuable when we can come together and experience the unique expressions of prayer across religious tradition. I had an experience where the youth group from First Congregational Church was able to share a iftar with a Muslim youth group. And the teens in our group were so interested and taken by fasting, which is not as central to our tradition. And they were also very interested in praying at specific times of day. We actually had one member of the youth group who started to fast. His mother called me because she was really worried he wasn't eating. And I said, this is part of his spiritual practice that he learned at the iftar. And that was just so cool to see how deeply it resonated with the students in the group. And it makes me think of a quote by a rabbi named Jonathan Sachs, who said that the test of our faith is how much space can we create for difference? And can we recognize God in different language and practices and different faith? And to me, there's so much that we can learn about God, and we can grow in our understanding because there's so many different expressions of how we can worship God.
Wow, the guy that fast is really cool. So the last question I wanted to ask you is, how do you see prayer as a means of building bridges between different faiths and promoting greater understanding and empathy across religious divides?
That's a great question. Prayer is a means of bringing us together. It is a bridge. And one of the things I think is important to keep in mind is even if we have different prayer practices, we're praying to the same God. And what a privilege it is to experience different forms of prayers, different religious expressions. And what I think is important is sometimes we can really worry about getting all of the motions perfect, saying all of the right words. But to me, what really matters is not being perfect, but having a spirit of openness and curiosity and respect. And if we can do that, then we can come together and just marvel at God. We can marvel at God's beauty, creativity that's known in the diversity of creation and the diversity of our religious traditions.
Wow, thank you so much. Those were all powerful responses. So sadly, this is our last episode with Reverend John Rogers, and we will be coming back with more questions with new guests in the future.
It was great to see Reverend John Rogers again. I love how these Ramadan talks teach me so much about the commonalities between Islamic and Christian prayer. And the fact that these Ramadan talks are more about how much we can build bridges between religions while learning more about them is great. What do you think, Matt?
Yes, I agree with you 100%. It's so important that we all come together as different religions and, learn about how we all worship and what type of guidelines we live by. So,
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. Something else that builds bridges between people, a universal language, is actually music. And coincidentally, what do we have up next?
we have a wonderful, spectacular music performance by Nirvana Band. spectacular performance. That's amazing coordination, amazing skill. So thank you guys so much.
Definitely. That was a great music break, guys. Thank you so much. You guys were in so much harmony. You guys were perfect. And you know what else we need to take a break from? Worldly pleasures. And how do we do that, especially in the last 10 days of Ramadan? We're going to see in our next segment.
Itikaf.
What is Itikaf? Itikaf is considered to be a type of spiritual retreat. During the last 10 days of Ramadan, many Muslims spend their days and nights at the mosque in order to ensure that they are there for whichever night Laylat al-Qadr occurs. This is called Itikaf. Literally translated, it is an Arabic word that means to isolate oneself and to stick or adhere to something. There are 3 types of Itikaf. Sunnah, this is the Itikaf performed during the last 10 days of Ramadan. Nafi, Itikaf can be performed on any day or night of the year. This is considered to be a Nafi, voluntary, act. Wahib, if you have made a vow to perform Itikaf, then it is compulsory, Wahib, that you do so. This could be making a vow to Allah, such as through niyat, intention, to perform Itikaf or a vow based on a condition. This means saying or thinking, if this thing happens, I will make Itikaf for a certain number of days. Whosoever for Allah's sake did even 1 day's Itikaf, Allah would keep him away from Jahannam, hellfire, by trenches. The main purpose of Itikaf is to remove yourself from distractions and focus solely on the worship of Allah, as Allah created us to do. Renewing your relationship with Allah. Itikaf is a time to renew your relationship with Allah without the distractions of daily life. It is like a spiritual retreat to renew and energize your soul. In fact, another purpose of Itikaf is so that you may fall in love with worshiping Allah, such that you will carry that feeling with you once your Itikaf is over. In other words, it helps to strengthen your faith in Allah and helps to further perfect your worship of Him. The heart is the core of deeds. The core of all deeds is the heart. As the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, in the body there is an organ, which if it is sound, the entire body will be sound. And if it is corrupt, the entire body will be corrupt. That organ is the heart. In this hadith record of the traditions or sayings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the message speaks of the heart as being the core of all of our actions. This world has many temptations, trials, and tribulations. It can influence the actions of our heart. Itikaf allows you to take a time out from the world and focus on constant worship of Allah, to remind us that we are here to worship and please Allah. It helps us keep our heart good and on the straight path as we go out in the world. Itikaf can help one to strengthen one's shield against the tricks and temptations of shaitan, evil spirits. As narrated by Abu Hurairah, the Prophet used to perform Itikaf every year in the month of Ramadan for 10 days, and when it was the year of his death, he stayed in Itikaf for 20 days. He who observes the 10 days Itikaf during Ramadan will obtain the thawab of 2 Hajj and 2 Umrah. What is the time and duration of Itikaf? There seems to be varying opinions on the time and duration of Itikaf, depending on which school of thought you follow. For Nafi and Wahib Itikaf, it is agreed that the duration depends on your intent and can begin at any time of the day or night or both. So if you plan or vow to Allah to be in Itikaf for 1 day, then do so for 1 day. If for 2 days, then do so for 2 days, etc. Some scholars say that if one cannot do the entire 24-hour period, then it is permissible for a person to make the intention for the set amount of time for Itikaf. For the last 10 days, you can do it for an hour or more depending on your availability.
Limited time special offer for Laylatul Qadr. For one tasbih, counted for 1,000 tasbih. For one page of Quran, counted for 1,000 pages of Quran. For one rakat of Salah, counted for 1,000 rakats of Salah. And for dua, endless acceptance, no limit. Don't miss out on this great campaign. Do one deed, get back 1,000. For sure, I won't be missing out on this deal. You shouldn't miss out on it too.
During the last 10 nights of Ramadan, many try to spend the entire time in Itikaf so they will not miss out of the rewards of Laylat al-Qadr. It is not known which night Laylat al-Qadr will occur, except that it will occur on an odd number night. Some choose to spend their days and nights in Itikaf only on the odd number days of the last 10 days of Ramadan, making their Itikaf intentions with each time they enter the masjid. By the way, Itikaf is supposed to be done in the masjid, but due to the circumstances we are in, we can do it in our houses. What to do during Itikaf? 5 daily prayers, Tarawih, Nafi prayers, read and memorize the Quran, reflect on the meaning of the Quran, read and memorize hadiths, make dua, make zikr, teaching and learning. Which acts nullify Itikaf? Wrong intentions, leaving the masjid, house or room, not of sound mind, usage of electronic devices for game or social media, etc., being ill or sick, arguing, gossiping, perfume, cologne, any sinful act, business transactions. Stay focused on your intentions and be free of distractions. Keep in mind that Itikaf is not a time to catch up on sleep or to socialize. It is okay to take time to sleep, but don't spend most of your time sleeping. Guard yourself from socializing and general conversations with others at the masjid, house or room. You are at the masjid with the intentions of Itikaf, to remove yourself from worldly distractions, not to bring the distractions with you. It is all right to discuss things that would be considered an act of worship, such as getting help from someone to memorize the Quran or hadiths. Since Itikaf is a time to focus on Allah, be sure that your interactions with others and your own actions reflect the reason for being at the masjid for Itikaf. Do not waste this precious time with your Creator in idle deeds. And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me.
Thank you so much for explaining us what Itikaf is. Now that the last 10 days of Ramadan are coming up and Laylatul Qadr is also coming up, it's so important that, we spend some time to worship, make du'as, spend time for Allah.
Definitely. It seems so fulfilling to just focus on your relationship with Allah, even just for a day. I would love to do that. And I have been actually wanting to know more, so thank you so much for teaching me through this video. Would you guys be interested in doing Itikaf night? How about you?
I would. It sounds difficult, but with God's will and God's help, inshallah, we can all achieve a successful itikaf.
Yes, inshallah. And next, what segment do we have next?
We have part 6 of Prophet Jesus' life.
Chapter 6 Farewell Time. Isa alayhi salam was praying in the Jewish temple. He was among the people. In a short time, his name had spread. Because of his miracles, he had become known as a healer. His apostles, who had never left his side and purpose, had assisted in this. The apostles spread Isa alayhi salam's message and also received lessons themselves. Although they were faithful, they began to make requests of Isa alayhi salam to satisfy their doubts. So much so that one day, they asked Isa alayhi salam, "Can your Lord send us a table of prepared food from the heavens?" They said that their request was so that they could guarantee their faith. Allah responded to Isa alayhi salam's prayer. Allah answered, I am sending it down to you, but whoever among you denies afterwards will be subjected to a torment I have never inflicted on anyone of my creation. Isa alayhi salam had garnered the sympathy of many, but the majority of the population still insisted on disbelief. This situation angered the local leadership, who saw Isa alayhi salam's growing influence as a threat and wanted to get rid of him. Otherwise, they feared losing their power. They reported Isa alayhi salam to the local Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. Isa alayhi salam was accused of spreading heresy and disturbing the peace. The Romans didn't care much for the religion of their people. Rather, they saw this as an internal local matter and did not want to anger local leadership. And so, Pontius interrogated Isa alayhi salam and then let him free. This angered the local religious authorities even further, and they continued their scheming and pressure on the believers. The Eastern Roman Empire was vast and powerful. It did not want to risk losing this power in any way. Knowing this, the disbelievers began to call Isa alayhi salam the Messiah. In those days, the Messiah was seen as more of a political figure. According to Rome, the Messiah would ruin their authority, something which Rome could not allow. And so, the local authorities put out an arrest warrant for Isa alayhi salam, labeling him as a threat. Roman soldiers searched tooth and nail for Isa alayhi salam, raiding all manner of different places. But Isa alayhi salam's faith in Allah was complete. He prayed and continued to teach his students to spread the message of faith. He also spoke of another prophet to come in the future. And remember, when Isa alayhi salam, son of Maryam, said, "O children of Israel, I am truly Allah's messenger to you, confirming the Torah which came before me, and giving good news of a messenger after me whose name will be Ahmed." With his lectures, Isa alayhi salam was indicating to his apostles that the time to depart was coming. His speeches were like farewells. Though the apostles tried to protect him, Isa alayhi salam was captured in a raid on Olive Mountain. Worse still, Isa alayhi salam was reported by one of his own apostles named Yehuda. Normally, the local courts were not legally authorized to place Isa alayhi salam on trial, but Governor Pontius Pilate, fearing the reprisal of the local populace, allowed the trial to commence. Pilate had abandoned Isa alayhi salam to the mercy of the local courts and temple priests. First, the arrested Isa alayhi salam was taken to the high priest Caiaphas. The trial was for show. Witnesses were listening with the intention of delivering the death sentence to Isa alayhi salam. When the witnesses contradicted one another, they simply asked Isa alayhi salam if he was the Messiah. When they received an affirmative response, they accused Isa alayhi salam of sacrilege. Then, they took Isa alayhi salam to Governor Pilate. Pilate did not see enough evidence to charge Isa alayhi salam, and so he did not want to make himself responsible by passing a judgment. Because of this, he sent Isa alayhi salam to King Herodes. The king also did not see enough evidence and sent him back to Pilate. Pilate was under the pressure and yielded to it by ordering the Isa alayhi salam to be crucified. Knowing what was going to happen by the grace of Allah, the Prophet of Allah was praying to his Lord. Isa alayhi salam was taken among hostile crowds to be crucified. His death was almost like a test from mankind, but Isa alayhi salam was miraculously protected, and the executioners killed Yehuda, who they mistook for Isa alayhi salam. Isa alayhi salam had dedicated his life to spreading the message of faith. Even when he was a newborn, he said, "I am a servant of Allah." He had traveled towns and cities to invite people to faith. He had struggled against disbeliever authorities, inviting them to return to the true path. In his 3-year prophethood, he instilled a message that would be taught for centuries. Despite all this, his message would be corrupted by his followers after his death. And on Judgment Day, Allah will say, "O Isa, son of Maryam, did you ever ask the people to worship you and your mother as gods besides Allah?" He will answer, "Glory be to you. How could I ever say what I had no right to say? If I had said such a thing, you would certainly have known it. You know what is hidden within me, but I do not know what is within you. Indeed, you alone are the knower of all the unseen. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon Isa the son of Maryam, Zechariah, Yahya, and the prophets.
صادق الوعد يا الله يا علي يا الله يا غني يا الله يا شافي يا الله يا كافي يا الله يا معافي يا الله يا باقي يا الله يا هادي يا الله يا قادر يا الله يا ساتر يا الله يا قهار يا الله يا جبار يا الله يا قهار يا الله يا جبار يا الله يا غفار يا الله يا فتاح يا الله.
Thank you so much for that continuation of Prophet Isa's life. That was part 6, and who knows how many more to come. Next up, we have our live stream, but before we go on to that, I want to thank you guys and some special recognition for beating the zikr goal. You guys beat the goal by more than double. So yeah, thank you guys, mashallah. Next up, we have the live stream, and we have the Tatla family.
Salam everyone, I'm Azra Özgün. I hope you're having a wonderful Ramadan. Today, I can't believe it's the 19th day already. Today we're reporting live from the Tatla family household. Thank you so much for having me. Could you introduce yourselves and tell us how your Ramadan is going?
I'm Nima and my Ramadan is going well. I'm Maliha and my Ramadan's going very nice.
This is Nesrin. Ramadan is perfect.
This is Servet. I like Ramadan and I enjoy it.
This is Hikmet and my Ramadan is going fantastic.
Jumping right into the questions. What is your favorite part of Ramadan?
My favorite part about Ramadan is when I decorate my room, and some of the decorations are my room are stars, post-its that handmade post-its that write stuff about Ramadan, and this poster that says Ramadan on it.
Wow, thank you so much. All right, how do you mentally and physically prepare for the fasting period during Ramadan?
First, seems decorating the rooms, home for the Ramadan seems just for the preparing for the kids, but it is actually preparing me mentally to Ramadan too. And also before the Ramadan, planning the who we are gonna invite and the menu, and also sharing with my family, my kids and my husband, part of the Quran we are gonna recite is preparing me mentally for the Ramadan. And physically, before the Ramadan, we have to stop tea and coffee, drinking tea and coffee, or we have to have headache as a guest.
Yes, I 100% agree. So, what are some foods or meals that are typically eaten during Ramadan?
Some foods that I like to eat in Ramadan is ishli köfte, as you all know, and some other appetizers that I like is lentil soup, mercimek çorba, and after that we usually eat rice with meat or something else like that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, what is your favorite segment in Ramadan for Youth TV?
I like the Ramadan cuisine because I like eating food and I like making food.
Thank you so much. What are some things you look forward to as a family during Ramadan?
Well, we enjoy waking up for sahur, and it is You can imagine not that easy to wake up the kids. I sometimes play drum, and sometimes we play some Quran or ilahis loud, but still sometimes the tickling of the kids and then um, helps, always helps. Yeah. And of course, everybody's favorite iftar, waiting at the table so that the iftar times comes and then breaking our fasting with adhan.
Well, again, thank you so much for having me. That's all for today. We'll see you next time, and happy Ramadan!
Thank you so much, Tatla family, for inviting us into your homes.
Yes, thank you so much. That was a pleasure to hear your answers about Ramadan. And although Nima's favorite segment wasn't memes, actually, our next segment is
It is memes.
yes. Let's go. Great memes once again. That was a really sweet ending of the program. And although we have ended the program, we of course always have the competition. Are you guys ready? Let me see you in top 10 and good luck. Hope you have your notes.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our day 19 Kahoot game of the day. As you can see right now, we have our game pin and a QR code, which I will expand for everyone to join in. But our game pin is 8967527. Hopefully, you guys have a good time joining in today, as I am looking forward to our Kahoot game. I know you guys were paying attention, taking your notes, and hopefully we'll get to see some of you in the top 10 for today. I think today's program was very nice. We learned a lot of things, some things that I never knew before I learned. I'm looking forward to our last 10 days of Ramadan. Hopefully you guys are too, and maybe some of you will be partaking in Itikaf. And I will be very glad if you guys do. While we're waiting here, maybe I can ask some of you guys what you guys plan on eating for iftar tonight. Last time when I asked that, you guys gave me some good answers, and it made me a little hungry. But I think you guys can tell me again, and let me know what you guys like. I'm not even sure what I'm having for iftar tonight. I still have to figure it out, but some of you might already know. We're on day 19, everyone. One more day until our last 10 days. Someone said they have 5% of notes on their docs and 95% in their brain. That's good. That's good. That's 100% of notes, so those notes better take you pretty far. Leftovers, kofta pilav. Oh my god, someone said sashimi. That would be so good.
chicken Alfredo. Wow. You guys are having good dinners tonight, good iftars tonight. I'm so happy for everyone. Looking here, I think we're kind of slowing down on our people entering. So I think we can go ahead and begin. Let's see what our first question of the day is. Day 19, everyone. Let's see. In total, how many instruments were played for music of the day? Was it 4, 5, 6, or 7 instruments that were played today? Let's see what you guys think. I think it panned over all of the instruments, so let's see how many there actually were. The correct answer was 7. There were 7 total instruments that were played for today's music of the day. Let's check our scoreboard here. Mariam in first place, Semra in second, Safia in third, Ha in fourth, and Zehra in fifth. Congratulations, everyone, for making it to the top 5 of our first question. Looking at question 2 here, which of the following was the meaning of today's zikr of the day? Was it, O changer of the hearts, make my heart firm upon your religion. With your name, O Allah, I expire and return to life. O Allah, I beseech you for guidance, piety, chastity, and contentment, or there is no power and no strength except with Allah. The correct answer here was, O Allah, I beseech you for guidance, piety, chastity, and contentment. Congratulations, 182 of us were paying attention during that portion and got that one correct. Let's check what our scoreboard looks like. We have a few changes. Texan in first place now. Ha has increased to second place. Kake is in third place. Medina in fourth, and Sara in fifth. Congratulations, everyone. Let's all try and make it to our top 10 to win some prizes today. Question 3. We have to ask Allah for blank in our life. Is it counseling? Is it advice? Is it guidance? Or is it direction? We have to ask Allah for blank in our life. Which one of these best fills in our blank today? The correct answer was guidance. We have to ask Allah for guidance in our life. Although our media kind of looks like direction to throw you guys off a little bit there, but the correct answer was guidance. We have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance in our life. Checking our scoreboard, we have a lot of changes. We have Medina in first, Queen Tarana in second, Yasemin in third, Selim Chalish in fourth, and Han in fifth. Congratulations, everyone, to making it to the top 5. Here we have a true or false question as question 4. The Christian youth group was interested in Muslims fasting and praying at specific times. Is this a true statement or is this a false statement? From today's videos, is this statement true or is it false? Let's see what you guys think here. The correct answer is true. The Christian youth group was interested in Muslims fasting and praying at specific times. Good job. We all got this one correct almost, and I'm proud to see that. Checking our scoreboard, we will have a few changes. Queen Tarana up to first, Yasemin in second, Selim in third, Han in fourth, and Melek has joined us for 5th place. Congratulations to my top 5. Checking number 5 here, the question says, which fruit was on the table between our great hosts, Nimet and Matt? Was it bananas? Was it grapes? Was it oranges? Or was it strawberries? Which one of the fruits ahead were on the table between our hosts today? That is correct. There was bananas on the table between our great hosts. Congratulations, 277 of us kept our eyes peeled, and we knew that that was the right answer. Checking the scoreboard, we have Queen Tarana in first still, Selim up to second place, Yasemin in third, Han in fourth, and Melek still in fifth. Congratulations to my current top 5. Hopefully you guys can keep it till the very end. Checking number 6 here, it's a fill in the blank. Prayer is a blank that brings us together. Is it a bridge? Is it a connection? Is it a join? Or is it a bond? Which one of these best fills in our blank here? Let's see. The correct answer is a bridge. Prayer is a bridge that brings us together. It seems like a few of us thought it was connection or bond, but the correct answer that was highlighted in today's program was bridge. Congratulations. Let's see our scoreboard. Selim in strong in first place, Yasemin up to second, Melek up to third, Safiya now in fourth, and Han in fifth. Congratulations, everyone. Let's check our question 7. Which surah was today's surah of the day? Was it Al-Muzammil, Al-Fatiha, Al-Mulk, or Al-Kaf? Which one of these surahs was today's surah of the day today? Let's see what you guys think here. And the correct answer was actually Al-Muzammil. And a lot of us got that one correct. So congratulations. Thank you guys for paying attention and getting that one right. Our scoreboard here, Selim still in first, Yasemin in second, Melek in third, Han in fourth, and Safiya in fifth. Congratulations, Han, taking fourth place. Let's check our next, but before, I want to remind you guys to try your best because there's still options. There's like 3 questions left where you can get into the top 10. And when you get into the top 10, you have a chance to win prizes. Number 8 here. What is the name of the messenger that Hazrat Isa said would come after him? Was it Moses? Was it Muhammad? Was it Ahmed? Or Ibrahim? What was the name of the messenger that Hazrat Isa said would come after him? The correct answer is actually Ahmed. I see some people chose Muhammad, but in today's Life of Prophets, we learned that the name of the messenger that Hazrat Isa said would come after him was Ahmed. Congratulations, 158 of us got that one correct. Seeing our scoreboard here, we have one change, Yasemin overtaking for first place by 2 points, Selim in second, Melek in third, Safiya in fourth, and Han in fifth. Congratulations to my top 5. Let's see our true or false question 9. When Hazrat Isa was a newborn, he said, "I am a servant of Allah." Is this true or is this false? When Hazrat Isa was a newborn, he said, "I am a servant of Allah." What do y'all think here? The correct answer is true. When he was a newborn, Hazrat Isa said, "I am a servant of Allah" as a miracle, because as a newborn, he was able to speak and he was able to say that. So it's a miracle of Allah. Congratulations. Here we have Yasemin in first, Selim in second, Melek in third, Safiya in fourth, and Ahnet has joined us in fifth place for the top 5. Just a thing here, Yasemin and Selim, you guys are very head-to-head, 2-point difference. So this last question can determine who is first and who is second. Let's see what you guys get here. Question 10. Then, how will you, if you persist in unbelief, blank yourselves against a day which will turn the children gray-headed? Which one of these best fills in the blank? Is it shield yourselves, guard yourselves, take care of yourselves, or protect yourselves? Let's see what you guys think. There was a very, very big split here, with most of us thinking that the right answer was protect, but according to today's program, the correct answer was guard. Then how will you, if you persist in unbelief, guard yourselves against a day which will turn the children gray-headed? Congratulations, 74 of us got this one correct. A little hard one for the ending here. Checking our final podium, let's see who we have in third place. We have Medina A. It looks like it changed here. In second place, we have Alberta Pax. And in first place, we have, drumroll please, Yasemin overtaking and keeping first place. In fourth, we have Kalen. And in fifth, we have, I forgot what your name was. It went by really quick. But thank you so much, everyone, for playing today. Remember, if you are in our top 10, take a screenshot and send it to us at kahoot@skyacademynj.org so that we can get you guys your prizes. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful iftar.
Hello.
Hello, Nimet, how are you?
Hi, Mike. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Did you see what happened in Kahoot?
What happened?
Top 10 did amazing.
Wow. Did you know we actually had rewards for top 10?
I do, as a matter of fact,
Well, how do they claim them?
by sending the screenshots in our email in the chat below.
Yeah, they should definitely do that. And do you have a message to leave for our audience?
Of course, make sure you guys share with your friends, family, and support us through our GoFundMe.
Yes, and before you hang up your banana phone, don't forget to
Like and subscribe.
and have a nice iftar. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Bye bye, guys.